Hi, I'm Greg Williams, and I'm here to talk to you today about Pennsylvania Interfaith Power and Light. And I kind of first got involved in climate activism about 6 years ago. I had been really busy teaching environmental education. I owned a bookstore, and then my granddaughter was born, and it kind of moved me towards retirement, and it really moved me towards thinking about her future, and it scared the bejesus out of me. I do not want her to grow up in the world that people forecast. So I made a commitment to try and do something. That was the first step. Second step was, what do I do? How do I do it? Fortunately, I lived in Philadelphia at the time. There was a church around the corner that had a chapter of this organization called Pennsylvania Interfaith Power and Light. I thought, is this a power company? What is this? I found out that it is a power company at some level. It's taking the power of people of faith to shine light on climate change. We are a group of people who believe in God, as we know him, by lots of different names. And we believe that science is real too. And that leads us to the conclusion that climate change is an existential problem and that we need to do something about it. And that our faith voice is an important voice in that people might listen to us. It's also a place that gives me succor. It is really hard, discouraging work to do this work. And sometimes you just want to go, can't do anything. But that's not the truth. We can do something. If we each do little bits of things, and as much as we can, when we can, how we can, it adds up, and it's adding up in a lot of different ways. At Pennsylvania Interfaith Power and Light, I first went to the Climate March in New York City and knew that I wasn't alone. It was astounding how many people were there and what their motivations were. I got involved with Pennsylvania Interfaith Power and Light, and I started doing some habitat restoration, something I had done as an environmental educator for 25 years in Philadelphia. I got on the board and had to do kind of that dirty work that nobody likes to do but has to be done. But I paid myself off by doing habitat restoration, which I love. I find God in the natural world regularly. Right now we just finished working with a University Mennonite church. There were 6 of us, and we cleared a big area of non-native invasives. And if you sign up for this, you'll find out what they are, and you'll find out why we're getting rid of them, why are we killing plants in this world, and what we're doing in their place. And I'll give you a hint, is that we're planting native trees, and the why and the wherefore is one of the things we will talk about, and the ethical issues around that. We also advocate with legislators. We educate as many people as we can, and this would be part of my responsibility to educate. Green our own sanctuaries, we green our own homes, but we need to also work corporately, and that's part of what this is about. Since the 5 or 6 years that I've been here in central Pennsylvania, have, with 400 different volunteers, planted somewhere between 6,000 and 10,000 trees, depending on how you count it. And all those trees are native trees. They all come from Chesapeake Bay Foundation, to whom we are extraordinarily grateful. What we can do with you guys is that I will be doing work parties all fall, probably 3 or 4 a week, because we will, at the end of September, get 1,500 native trees, and we need to plant them all. And so we'll be planting them here at Walnut Springs. We'll be planting them at Bell's Gap Trail in Antis Township. We'll be planting them along the Lauer Trail down in central Blair County, and we'll be planting them in Huntington. And you will get a schedule of where we're doing that, and you will do some of your service hours at any of those places. And part of the deal will be, I will be asking you to talk as you work, and we do a lot of that, to the people who are working around you and ask them, why are you doing this? I'm studying ethics, tell me about it. And we'll maybe make a project of that at the end of it. This is hands-on work. You'll get dirty, you'll get sweaty, you'll have to learn about how to avoid poison ivy, how to avoid ticks, to look for ticks, but that's part of ethics. It's dirty sometimes. So join us, please.